Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. We have a very special guest here. We have Mr. Mike Whitaker, the head of the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. And today, this video is very important. This video today is about Americans are unaware that the FAA was influenced by China between 2015 and 21, when they sat as members on the American National Standards Institute, ANSI's board. They still do. You have this over here. I just went down. I came back from June 18th's meeting with David Calhoun, and we were there to support Sam Salipar April 17th of 2024. Here I am. And I have documentation more than just this that corroborates what Sam is saying and other whistleblowers. We are supportive of those people who want to open this like a piñata, the Ethiopian Air and Indonesian Air. But the problem is the DOJ sits on ANSI's board over by Boeing, over by the FBI. You will see this. We're doing separate videos, but nevertheless, we're going to show you within the confines of this that the DHS and also the DOT and also the DOJ, FBI, NIH, CDC, all sit on ANSI's board, many more too. But we were there to support him. So we're going to go right into this. You have the Federal Aviation Administration. Mike Whitaker's group sits on ANSI's board right over by Boeing. We'll show that shortly. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you this article that came out in 2009, and it was specifying that the FAA gave up regulatory authority to Boeing. Okay, they went in there and they gave up regulatory authority, which, if you're going to blame people, you have to start out with Jim McNerney, okay, who brought the 737 MAX to its fruition. Also, he was made an administrator by his employees, Boeing employees being made FAA inspectors. Next one is Dennis Muhlenberg. Next one is Dave Calhoun. All three of those people are liable. You know, if they got off the golf course and put their hands involved with the company, that might be better. Because the only thing Calhoun knew about is how many employees they had and how much his salary is. But this is a problem here. We've showed this to you before in many, if you want, please, Daryl, DAROLTQRS at yahoo.com, or you can call me at 203-556-1493. And as I've showed you, Boeing and also the FAA sit together harmoniously along with the DHS, the DOT, etc. Let's continue. The American National Standards Institute is a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental corporation that has federal agencies and corporations on board. In fact, some of these federal agencies' employees sit on ANSI's board, and they are getting financial compensation from ANSI and the federal government. I thought that was illegal. Unbelievable. In 2015, Randy Doherty, the vice president of ANAB, chairman of the IF, International Accreditation Forum, which is a association of accreditation bodies, okay, where ANSI ANAB sits as well. He was also on the 990 tax firm. He had complete control over these organizations. He handed over leadership to this communist Chinese national, Zhao Jinwu, who at the time was also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services. He is also mandated by his country of origin, Communist China, to take our data through the China National Intelligence Law, Article number 7. And here we go. ANSI took over complete control of the American National Accrediting Board in 2018. At the time between 2015 and 2021, they were getting manipulated by Communist China. Who was sitting on their board? Of course, the FBI, the DOD, Boeing, Lockheed, etc., etc. It goes on and on. ANSI ANAB have 10 different registrars in Communist China that can issue an ANAB accreditation. ANSI is the founder of the International Accreditation Forum, whose sister organization is in Australia, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. Yes, they are the founder of the IF. And here you go. In 2017, there he is, the head of the IAF, the chairman, was in the laboratory at Wuhan, China, issuing a laboratory certification to a staff that was not ready. We will put that down below, but in 2018, scientists went over to the Wuhan lab, Bio-Level 4 lab, that let the COVID virus out. And the scientists were crying about having more trained technicians. They did not have trained technicians, and this guy gave out a certificate of quality for an ill-prepared laboratory. You cannot make this up. Not make it up at all. We have it. The article was in Politico. We have it. We'll put it in at the bottom in the description. And to confirm the release of the virus, we have Ms. Pamela Sale, the Vice President of Quality for Laboratory, ANSI ANAP, and also ASCLD Lab, which is also owned by ANSI ANAP. She said under deposition that one of the issues is that there is no commonly agreed upon set of standards that forensic labs around the country have to follow. Instead, there are informal guidelines that labs choose to follow or not. And with forensic labs come phlebotomy labs, like your blood tests, and also bio-level 4 labs, like the one in Wuhan, China. Unbelievable. She confesses to the release of the virus, ladies and gentlemen, under deposition in court. And then we have this. This is one of the many that we have. This is a federal contract, okay, from the Department of State that states that ANSI ANAB are underwriters for the IAF. Yes, they are underwriters. ANAB is an underwriter for the International Accreditation Forum. Yes, unbelievable, yet true. So I'm going to leave it here. This is the first video we're doing, 203-556-1493, or Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, TQRS at yahoo.com. And the reason why we do this is when you get on a plane, you should know that it's relatively safe to fly. But Boeing also gave up, okay, just to let you know, gave up supplier auditing to a piece of paper, AS9100, which is an international standard for aerospace, as long as it is ANSI ANAB accredited. Why? Because they call them out on their supplier portal. They listed them on the supplier bulletin of 2002 that they must be ANSI ANAB accredited. And also, Boeing sits on their board to grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. That is locking it clearly up, breaking the Sherman-Clayton Act, because our business made an attempt, and we still do. We certify companies through ISO standards. There is no legal legislation about that. ANSI ANAP talks about this, and on the ISO website, it states accredited or unaccredited, but we are accredited. Okay, we are a competitor to them, okay? And they are producing, as we can see with Boeing, since they are underwriters, they are responsible for Ethiopian Air, Indonesian Air, Alaska Air, because they take all legal responsibility from the quality certification and quality product side, because all systematic and product failure goes on ANSI ANAB, because as it says, as an underwriter, they are responsible. I thank you.